I am an elven archivist, and I have been one for a century already. It might sound like a boring job, but it really isn't. Despite what you might think, I don't spend all day amidst ancient books, making sure that they are safe and neatly organized. No. What I really do is collect the information that the Order of Knowledge still doesn't possess. And considering that knowledge is created every day, our mission is endless. While researching the pantheon of human gods, I discovered that we, for some unknown reason, have absolutely no image, portrait, or even a description of the human goddess of beauty, Marcia. When I came up to my higher-ups asking if there was some kind of mistake, they were as puzzled as I was. Immediately, I was given a task of finding such a picture and bringing it back for the Order. I gladly accepted this quest and started preparing for a journey to human kingdoms. I knew where I would likely find what I needed, the main temple of Marcia in the city of Hauptstadt, which was the capital of Zalad Kingdom. But I still decided to talk to the humans in the villages and cities that I visited on my way to Hauptstadt. I was more than surprised to find out that they also didn't know what Marcia looks like. At that point I asked myself, do they even see beauty the same way we elves do? Whenever I thought of beauty, the first image in my head always was Gwenelle, the elven goddess of beauty. The shape of her body, facial features, colour of the eyes, voice, clothes, all of those things filled my heart with pure joy and will to create. But how can you find joy in something that seemingly doesn't exist? How can it inspire? After many weeks of travelling and fruitless research, I was afraid that even in Hauptstadt, I wouldn't find the answers I needed. Early in the morning I arrived in this city. The sun only started rising and sleepy gars on the walls were replaced with fresh ones. Though I was very tired and wanted to visit the nearest tavern, I could not wait any longer and headed straight to the main temple of Marcia. It was a tall building that was seemingly built in 100 different styles at the same time. Surprisingly, it somehow worked, and despite being a total mismatch of different elements, you could easily see it was a shrine of beauty itself. The next thing that shocked me were the priests of the temple. Whenever you say priest, you imagine them having the same uniform. No, not human priests of Marcia, it seems. They wore what they found beautiful and looked absolutely different from one another. I approached a young woman who wore dress decorated with roses, made sure she was actually a priest, and told her about my quest. She listened to me carefully, smiled, and said, "Follow me. I know what you are seeking for." I can't describe how relieved and happy I was when I heard her say that, but she got wary when she took me outside and led me to a garden. For a second I even thought that it was a chance to converse with Marcia herself, but instantly threw that idea, because at that point I knew that nothing is so easy when it comes to humans. I followed the slowly walking priest through that heavenly garden, and the more I walked, the more I wanted to just stop and look around. After about 30 minutes, I suddenly realized that we made a full circle, and was standing on the entry to the garden again. The priest bowed to me slightly and started walking away. Somehow I was able to get together and ask her, "Wait, was that it? What about Marcia? You didn't even tell me what she looks like." She turned around slowly and said with a soft voice, "Oh, but I did." "No, you only showed me this garden and—" I stopped mid-sentence because of a sudden realization. Of course. I looked at the nearest tree. Its fruits were ripe and ready for harvest. I could already imagine the sweetness of them in my mouth. The goddess of beauty doesn't have a face. She is everywhere.